'Tis the season to have a jolly good time, but far too many people have a really good time drinking and then they get behind the wheel of a car. In today's Injuries Are Personal with Reynolds Law, attorney Carl Reynolds is here with some scary statistics about how dangerous this time of year can be on our very busy roads. And it's not just our imagination, Carl.
That's
There
correct.
is a lot more traffic out there.
There really is. A lot more traffic, and when you mix in alcohol with the traffic, it's a deadly mix.
And a lot more people are partying this time of year.
Sure. Look, it goes along. 'Tis the season, right? And many things come along with the season, and including having a good time and libations and alcohol, work-related parties, family parties, etc. So what we got to make sure is that doesn't spill over to our roads, because again, your reaction time's cut down, and there's more cars on the road, and it's just a bad mix.
It's also more deadly this time of year.
It sure is. So, any other time of the year, less than 25% of the fatalities on our highways are related to alcohol. But when we get to, for example, New Year's, about 60% of fatalities are alcohol related. So it goes up exponentially. So it's just a deadly mix. And so we just got to decide not to drive if we're under the influence.
How many drinks can you have? So you're going to a party, you don't want to be the only one not drinking. So how many drinks can you limit yourself to?
That's a great question. It depends on your size. It depends on what you ate. It depends on your metabolism. It depends on a lot of things. My rule of thumb is, for folks that ask that question, is decide not to drive. If you're going to drink at all, rather than try to come up with some calculation, algebraic formula to figure out how many can I get away with, just decide not to drive. That way you don't have to worry about it, okay? You Uber there, or you have a designated driver, and that way when you're there, you're not counting drinks, and if you lost count, or did I eat this much or not that much, did I space them out enough, and that way you don't even have to worry about it.
Because sometimes I can have one drink and I really feel it. Sometimes I could have several and not feel it. But sometimes you don't think you can, and everybody around you is saying you better not get in that car. We didn't have too much of a choice in the old days. Now there's so many ways to get home.
So many choices, right? There's really no excuse not to be able to have some other designated driver, Uber, whatever it is, so that you don't have to drive under the influence.
And it's not just the other person you've got to worry about. If you get a DUI, that's going to last for a long, long time.
Even if you're lucky enough to escape any kind of accident, any kind of incident and things, it's going to cost you, upwards of $20,000 to fight driving under the influence charge, especially if there's any kind of property damage involved. So yes, it's costly. You could lose your driving privileges. It's just not worth it. So decide not to drive out there if you're going to be enjoying yourselves and consuming any alcohol, and just please be safe out there.
What other advice do you have as we head toward the new year? You're going to be having, I'm sure, very busy January as we get over all the things that are going on right now, the parties and everything. Sure. What advice do you have as we go toward the new year?
Well, again, the alcohol-related deaths increase, and really the times of those are going to be after midnight. Okay, so my grandpa, very old school kind of guy, says the only people after midnight are cops and robbers. so try to avoid late night driving, really, honestly, because that's when a lot of these collisions occur, and that's where the fatalities occur. So a lot of those who are out there drinking and driving, it's going to be often late at night as the bars closed, they're leaving, and so you want to try to avoid that kind of traveling when you can.
And if you've got somebody in the car with you that has been drinking, you sort of have to look out for that too, don't you?
Oh, for sure, you do. And you need to look out for their well-being, and you need to make sure that you're paying attention to the road and get where you're going safely, for sure.
That sounds like it means put down your cell phones.
100%, 1,000%. That sometimes the statistics show if you're engaged on your cell phone, it's almost as bad as drinking and driving. Okay, you're as distracted. Your reaction time slowed enough where the statistics are quite similar. Texting and driving and drinking and driving, to be honest.
Oh,
and also sleep deprivation.
Oh, yes, because people are up later during the holidays.
So during these holidays, you got to be careful. Don't drive sleep deprived, or else you're going to be, it's as if you're driving drunk.
A lot of very good information that can make next year much happier.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda.
And you can learn more at Carl Reynolds Law. Just go to injuriesarepersonal.com.